This is Mel.
Yeah, this is Mel. iCkEdMeL, how you doing? Thank you for reaching out.
Okay, okay. Yeah, I'm actually reaching out because it's I'm personally to Victor Campbell, and I've been watching these stories. I've been watching what people have been saying about um and how things are perceived. Now I'm not excusing anything that my did, but I watched your videos. I watched a couple other people's videos. The reason why I reached out to you is because you brought facts.
I
Um,
brought what?
you brought facts.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
Uh,
Can
as
can I can I
far
ask you
as
this before we continue to talk? Am I allowed to record you? Can I use it for a video, or you prefer not to?
uh, the only thing I ask is that because I've been getting threats and
Oh, you
stuff,
have been getting threats? Oh, wow.
yeah, is that if you do record me, just change my voice. Don't
Change
say
your
my
voice.
name.
Okay. All right.
And of course, Briana family's going through a whole lot as well.
Right.
So a lot of people aren't really talking, um, on either side,
Right.
kind of about what's been going on. Um, and I watched your video, and you spoke about, you asked about like his family and like,
Right.
you know, when that lady came on, and then some other lady came on and said that she was, you know, I guess false or something like that. And I've been having a lot of people who like assume that they know my, or assume that she is something more than, like kind of what happened. And just to kind of give you like a background on him, like raised like in a very strict family.
Hmm.
So because like grandfather doesn't, he was a pastor, and women in the family didn't really have no say so or no rights. It was a man's house all the time. Now, Victor, his father beat his mother.
Oh,
This is on
wow.
a his uncle was a monster at one point in time because of what Granddad made him, because of how Granddad instilled certain rules into him. And Granddad was also a very violent man. Um, we dealt with abuse a lot while we were sitting here and we were a church family, and everyone came to us and looked at us. They didn't know what was going on the inside and what was going on within that household. So that doesn't excuse, how he is, or how it is, but it's a couple of boys in the family that actually took to what Granddad said. Now, Victor wasn't really like that until he lost his father.
Oh, he lost his
And
father. Hmm.
correct.
How did he lose him?
So, basically his father, this part I don't want you to actually put like anywhere just because it's really telling. He found his dead, um, and he went insane. He had to be institutionalized. He wasn't right after that, and because of that, he started to drink. Now, what's he is the nicest man in the world, but when he drinks, it's not him. He's a monster. You said in 2003 when you mentioned something in California. He's originally from California, born in Richmond,
Okay.
raised in Fairfield. Once his dad died, his mom moved away to Texas, to Fresno. Um, Now, this was to give him a better life, to kind of get him away from everything. I reminded him of his dad because, like I said, went insane finding his dad like that. Now, because he decided to drink to get away from his shit, I was the only person that he really talked to like that. Now, when you spoke about something in 2003, the DUI, him running, him
Mm.
fighting,
Mm. I found this, which was like really, really hard to find. Campbell Victor Charles. They didn't put his date of birth, so I didn't have a way to verify his date of birth. So I'm not 100% sure this is him. All the other documents I verified. But I just wanted to show you that this was kind of interesting. If this is him, this is from 2003. Okay. And remember the incident with this California woman, because we don't know her name. It's 2004. So this all happened in California. And so he has misdemeanors of DUI with alcohol, driving alcohol blood level, causing injury, restricting, obstruction, whatever, driving without a license, DUI. It goes on and on and on. And I just thought it was kind of an interesting thing. I can't find any details. I couldn't get any court documents, nothing.
That was a car accident where he almost killed me. This is how I know my had a problem. Correct. This is how I knew he had a problem with drinking. The day we actually got into the car accident, I told him, yo, you drunk, let me out the car. It was this look in his eyes that he gave me, and I knew it just wasn't him. And whenever he's not drinking, like I said, he's like the best person in the world. Now, I was just recently out there in Houston, in Fresno. I just visited a couple of months ago, and I met this girl, Briana.
Oh, you did meet her? Oh.
Yes, I did. I spent 2 weeks with them.
Oh.
And I was surprised to see him like doing good, doing out. I felt like maybe this time, because he had just got released from something, that he had a good girl who, you know, she was a very intelligent woman, very kind-hearted. Like, she picked me up and everything, you know, to come visit. Like, I was out there, and I was like, hey, I'm in town. I ain't seen you guys since we were little. You know, like, I've seen them, but like not where it's like a consistent where I was with them. It may have been 2 days here, some days here. So I met this girl, and at that time, he wasn't drinking. He didn't have any episodes as far as like she said, you know, in the beginning, like when he drinks, he goes into another person, and I explained to her too, like, this is something that he has never talked about, but he is still dealing with his father's death and the way that we was raised. So it's hard for you to try to change someone. Now, there was an altercation where I was out there, and I had bought some drink for me, and I ended up drinking my bottle while I was in the store. So as we're intoxicated, or as he's intoxicated, at the same time, Briana, like, knew how he was, but she was also a very strong woman. So anytime that he would be like hella drunk and be like, yo, stop fucking talking to me, she would kind of egg him on, like, nigga, who the fuck you think you is, type person. And it'd be like, yo, but she knew like this type, like how he was, right?
Right.
So this day it was an altercation where they physically started fighting, and I had to break them up.
Wow.
That.
And around what time? When was that around? Like time frame?
The time frame was within August of this year.
Oh, okay.
Nobody was really talking about it, and like they just see him as the monster. And indeed, when he drinks, he is a monster. It's like I've never seen somebody Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde like that. Like when he is not drunk, it's crazy because like he's the most caring person. Like he do shit for you. Like he's very attentive. But when he drinks, it's like he gets into this spiral and he can't control himself. It's not even him. Like I could like when I look, I'm like, yo, that's not you. So when they got into this altercation, things happened. They physically fought, and I told her then, listen, I'm not gonna change until he wants to change. We have called the police on him. We have called AA on him. We have tried to get him hospitalized for his drinking because he has access to it. He doesn't know how to control it. And laws say that if he's sane and he can talk back, then it's basically kidnapping. We can't take it. They can't take him against his will.
Right.
Has been battling with a whole lot of depression and a lot of shit. He decides to take his anger out on people, anyone. It's not just women. It's anyone. He doesn't care if you're a cop, a male, a female. When he's angry, he's angry. And the best thing to do is to let him ride out and let him be in his own shit, because antagonizing him only makes things worse. He's a very jealous person. That's because everything was taken from him. So he feels like he can't trust nobody. Now, while this did happen, I spoke to him. I sat down and said, yo, what the fuck? Why are we still doing this stuff? And he was like, I never got over it. And I'm like, yo, dad? Like, yeah, I never got over it, man. Like, I'm still mad. And I'm like, yo, you can't help the fact that how he died. Like, people gotta go. Like, I lost mine the same way.
Did he die of natural
So I explained
causes,
to him,
his father, or?
he was sick.
Oh, okay.
And while he was sick, uh, Victor Campbell, we call him Little Vic, because he's a junior. But he came
He is,
down
yeah.
to take care of his dad. Like I said, he's never been the same since then. The situation with Briana, I spoke to her like, yo, this my I love him. But I'm not gonna accept anything that he do, and I'm not gonna tell you to stay with him for no reason. Like, leave, because if you don't leave, you'll never get it. He'll never get the fact that like the problem is you and you're drinking. And she would tell me, yo, like, you don't understand, like, when he doesn't drink, he's good. I know when he doesn't drink, he's perfectly fine. But when he does drink, when he does get into a mode, the best thing to do is stay away from him. Don't antagonize him. Don't do anything like that. And it's sad because I have to give you a warning about this. But he's been having a problem that he don't want to deal with. And because of this, he takes it out on everybody. Because of the way granddad raised, women was kind of like not even like on an equal level. So it was like you kind of had to do what the man said. It's old school, it's traditional. The man ran the household, period.
Right.
So because of this, and because of how he was raised, it's kind of like he was lost. Like he didn't even really get to find himself. And when I said that, like I actually read the fucking article. It took my breath away because I just met this girl, and I just told this girl to leave him. And she felt that she could change him. She felt that if she stops him from drinking. And I told her, listen, we've been trying to stop him from drinking. And because of this, when he does, he has no regards or no fucks for anyone. And it's crazy because I watch shows all the time about people doing wild shit, right? And people are saying, oh no, he planned on doing this murder. He planned on, no.
You don't think so?
Business. No. It's off of like, how do you say it, at the heat of the moment. So like in the heat of the moment, he didn't plan on killing her. That's not even in his, like, he's not a serial killer. He's not like, oh, let me murder her. Right? This is an incident where it went too far and strong as fuck. But I have even had fights where I had to stand there. It used to be stand and be like, yo, this not going to happen because I'm taking up for someone else. But to sit here and hear people say that I'm a serial killer, a murderer, that's not him. When I read it, and I knew the fact that when I started reading it and I found out that they were actually, they caught him intoxicated, I knew exactly how it happened. I knew exactly how it happened. He was inebriated when it happened.
Right.
Which means that he got into it with her while he was drunk. And it went far. It went further than anything that they ever did, as to where he panicked because he killed her. And as he panicked, as we see the news say that he tried to cover up a camera and things like that. People do that when they panic. But if he really, like, tried to kill her on purpose, he would have left her in the house. He would have did. He seen her whole roommate the day of.
Right, yeah, that was the roommate that came by, right?
So to sit here and listen, and it's sad that, like, I actually have to witness this. And to see like how people are calling me, people are looking at my Facebook, people are threatening me because, and it hurts. It hurts to see him like that, and it hurts to see her like that. Because while people think that we condoned, we did not. We fought tooth and nail to get this man help. But he was so far gone, so lost into anger that he just felt like, fuck it. I'm just going to live how I live and do what I do. And that last time that I was there, I told him, yo, you're going to have to fix this or it's going to ruin your life. You can't keep making excuses of why you mad, but I don't go about doing this to people.
Yeah.
And because of our abuse as children, because of how we were raised, I had to kind of look at him like, I get it, yo. I was there. I get it. But I didn't turn out like that. A couple other artists didn't turn out as to where the abuse affected us. It made us stronger. It made us who we are today. But I do understand. I do understand, like, how you look at people. I do understand, like, your anger. But that does not make an excuse for why you're doing this. And he was like, yo, yeah, I need to get help. Man, you want to help me get help? I'm like, yeah, I'm going to help you, bro, but only if you want to help yourself. And I remember leaving. And he's like, you going to keep that contact? I'm like, yeah. But I need you to help you. And she wasn't talking to him at that time. So I had contacted her, hey, what's up, how you been? Just kind of checking in with her. I was like, I don't know if you still want me in my but I just hope you're good. You know, I hope, like, you know, you're doing well and stuff since the last time I see you. She's like, I'm doing good. You know, me and him working things out. It's okay. Remember what I told you? She said, I know you've been good, though. You've been good. Okay. Keep in contact with me. She said, no, I will. We have fun. I said, yeah. Keep in contact with me, though. If anything ever happens, or if he gets riled up, I'm like, call me, yo. Because I'm the only person he listens to.
Wow.
So I seen it on Thanksgiving, the pictures. And I looked at my cousin and said, this motherfucker is strong.
Oh, really?
Who let him drink? Yeah, it was a picture. They were in the kitchen. And the look in his eyes, it was the look I seen before. That same look in 2003. And he was already faded. It didn't happen for 2 days later. Now, there was an incident where Briana went out of town. And he found text messages of her talking to someone else. She found text messages of talking to someone else. Now, while she said she was on this girl's trip, there were some things that she did that they got over, I guess. That they decided to move past because he found shit, and she did too.
So they both found...
But to him, in the back of his mind...
Yeah. They both found things on each other's like, devices or social media or whatever, talking to other people.
It was through their phones.
Right. Oh, through the phones, yeah.
No, showed me, he took screenshots, because I'm like, this probably tripping, bro. Like, if he took screenshots, like, nah, it was this person, that person, I'm not going to say no names. But I don't know if they had sex or not, if the text messages was kind of sketch. And I said, well, what have you been doing, bro? You can't point the finger at somebody's feet. Like, nah, I've been doing my shit too. But that's when she was gone and she stopped, like, answering my calls, or, like, she wouldn't talk to me like that, or she'll text me, like, a day later. And I'm like, yo, you can't keep going, like, in a relationship without trust. Either y'all gonna get over it or you not. And y'all gotta leave each other. But you can't keep blaming her for something, or her blaming you, yo. And then y'all want to act like it's good the next day, and then the situation comes up again. That's not how things work. That's not how a relationship works. People make things work when they want to work. But if y'all gonna sit here and blame each other, it's pointless. It's pointless y'all sitting here saying you talk to this person, you talk to that person. This is like making his insecurity even more because he actually found some. Now, while they decided to make it work, it was still sketch.
Mm.
And while she can antagonize him, it still doesn't excuse why he took it too far.
Right.
It doesn't excuse that. But what I do know is that if my sober, it wouldn't have went that way.
Mm.
But when he drunk, like I said, it's not even him. It's like a look in his eyes, it's like a bull, as if you're watching a bull be mad. That's exactly how it is.
Wow.
And he can't get out of it until he gets out of it. Or until I'm dead in his face, like, yo, wake up. Like, yo, stop. Like, nigga, what are you doing? And he's like, yo, nah. I'll be like, no, look at me, yo. Like, nah, calm down. That's the way I have to, like, eye to eye look at him and, like, hold him. Like, yo, calm down.
Mm. And he doesn't have any
It's
kids,
sad.
right?
No, he did not. He wanted one. They were actually planning to have a kid.
Mm.
Um, he felt that it was going to change. He felt that a kid was going to change him, that somebody was going to love him unconditionally. Because he felt like nobody loved him. Like, everybody pushed him to the side. And I had to tell him, yo, like, we love you, but we're not going to condone anything you do, bro. Like, because you angry, I'm not going to say it's okay. And that day in August, when they got into it, it's like, you choose her, I choose what's right, bro. And if we got to fight in this class, we're going to fight. But what I'm not going to do is sit here and let this happen in my face. I told her to leave. She was still talking. I'm going to beat you up. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I said, yo, just leave. Because while he's still trying to rush at you in this car, you're making the situation worse. Just go already. So she was like, I'm going to call the police. I said, look, call the police. Do whatever you have to do. But leave out of this driveway. Because if not, you will have to see me fight again after we was just wrestling in this damn grass. Because you want to see her and entice him things. If you gonna leave him, leave him. But don't sit here and keep calling him bitches and hoes and then I'm gonna get you and blah blah blah. Listen, that's not the time to do this. And I know you angry. But right now, I need you to go. So she left. He stayed with her. That day, she told him like, yeah, I don't know if I really want to talk to you and stuff like that. She was like, all right, fine.
Mm.
They got into it. She ended up coming to pick them up again 2 days later for work. I said, yo, what you doing here? She's like, oh, I'm just taking them for work. And I just talked to you the other day about what you need to do. She's like, yeah, but he doesn't have a way to get to work. Like I said, she was a nice, kind-hearted person. I could see her, like her being genuine.
Right.
Even just me being in her presence. Like, I looked at my, like, I don't know how you got this one, yo. But you better do it right. You better fix whatever the fuck you gotta do to do it right. Because she's good for you, yo. Like, she really has your best interest at heart.
Do you believe that she knew about his past and stuff?
Indeed.
She did? Okay.
She did. Of course she did. It's the fact that we've all told her. Her mom, his mom and everything. Like, We have had issues with him. You guys only read about the domestic against women. There's family issues with him. Like I said, it all stemmed after his dad died. And he couldn't just get over it. I don't know what it was when he seen him. I don't know what it was, but like I said, he had to be hospitalized because he wasn't right.
Wow.
And ever since then, he has took the bottle to hide the pain. Because I said, I talked to him, I said, bro, it's years after. You can't still be angry, man. Like, you can't, but that was his world. Regardless of what they went through in their own family. Regardless of what we seen. Regardless of how we were treated. Regardless of how we had to keep smiles on our face, even though Granddad was a monster. My not a serial killer. What my is somebody that can control themselves when they're on the substance. He don't do crack or smoke weed or none of that. He don't do none of that shit. That's when that girl's like, oh yeah, he don't do none of that. He's just drinking.
Just
He don't
drinking.
smoke. He might smoke a cigarette,
Yeah.
but he a drinker. He don't smoke weed. He don't do none of that. He don't pop pills. He doesn't do none of that. Just alcohol. And he's been drinking heavily since then.
Wow. Did you the last stream that I did with the topic where a lady called in, she claimed she was Angela. Do you believe that was her? Or
I can't say whether it was her or not.
Okay.
All I know is that there were certain things that she said. Like when she said that he was drinking, yeah, that is true. When he drinks, he is not him.
Right.
And I can vouch for that.
Right.
I can vouch that like it is a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde situation. I can vouch that like my the sweetest person in the world until alcohol becomes a part of him. And when it happens, he is not even him anymore. Like, I knew that when I almost lost my life in 2003. That it was a problem.
How did that whole situation, if you don't mind talking about it, the 2003, like you guys were in the car, he was drinking, and did you get into accident with another car, or did you crash into the side of the road or something? Or?
We went to an auction to buy a car, and he bought a Delta 88. And he dropped me off. He dropped me off in Oakland. We're in Oakland, like I said. We're originally from California. He dropped me off to one of our hotels and came back to pick me up. And we had two friends in the back. And he was drinking. I was like, yo, you smell like liquor, bro. Like, nah, I'm cool, right? And I'm like, yeah, all right, man, just like take me home. So we had to drive like a 30-minute drive to Richmond, which is the next city over. And he was kind of driving like up the street before we got on the freeway. So there's this one hill that you got to go up to get on the freeway. And he ran over a pole. And I'm like, yo, let me out. And he's like, man, nah, you tripping, yo, you tripping. I'm good. I'm like, nah, bro, you're not good. So he gets on the freeway.
Damn.
And I'm like, bro, let me out, like right here. He like, I'm not about to let you out on the freeway. And I'm like, man, you drunk, like you low-key swerving, like, bro, when you drink, you don't know how to drive at all, let alone, I don't even think you know how to drive sober, but listen, let me out. So he's like, man, I'm not about to let you out. So he floors it. And I'm like, yo, so I don't want to be like those people who say, yo, I used to know her, but she died from a drunk driver. And when I said that, our two friends in the backseat put on their seatbelts. Like, yo, yeah, you tripping, yo. And when I put on my seatbelt, we were in traffic. Like, it's a busy time within this time of the day. The Bay Area traffic is really busy, like bumper to bumper. So he didn't have enough time to stop. He swerved, lost control. The car spent. As I'm watching cars come towards
Oh
me,
my god.
everybody slowed down because they'd already seen him driving reckless. And I remember me looking at the hill because I'm like, oh my god, we about to hit this hill. So I braced myself and the car spun around, and as it, like when he looked at me and floored it, he wasn't even looking at the road. Like he
Wow.
was dead at me with like this evil fucking face. And I looked like, are you serious? And by the time I was like, yo, and we looked and that's when we lost control. Now, we switched over, they said about 3 to 4 times. And if we wasn't, if we weren't in a 88 Delta, everybody would have been dead. Now, when I woke up, my friends, like, to this day, it was like, yo, if you didn't say that, we all would have been dead. But when I woke up, the car was upside down, and I was on top of the roof. I flew out of my seatbelt,
Wow.
around the car. Everybody else was still in their seatbelt. I had to get airlifted. I tried to like run, try to fight police, shit like that.
Wow.
He was drunk, and they were trying to take him for the DUI. And while I'm fighting for my life, um, like I said, I had to get arrested to the emergency hospital. I got I got flown to the hospital, and they saved my life. I didn't talk to my for about 2 years
Mm-hmm.
because I was so angry that he didn't have enough control over his liquor that I could have really been dead. The fact that they had to save my life like that over nothing was the reason why I didn't talk to him for years. But so eventually I had to get over it. But still to this day, I don't even like people driving fast, and I will get out the car at any moment.
Right.
Just because of that. Now, that was like the beginning of an endless spiral because I was right after his dad died. And because, and I seen her going kind of in the same road, that's when he decided to reach out and we kind of like rekindle some things. But it was never the same really. But I was the person that he could always talk to, the person that could always stop him, no matter what, not even his mom. Because there was a lot of issues of them being upset that their family even broke up. But his mom had to do what his mom had to do, period. And nobody ever got mad at him for that. Nobody ever said he was wrong for that. But him seeing something every day, him seeing abuse, he thought it was normal. For if somebody stepped out of line, you put him in check, no matter who it is. And that's how family is. Like, try hard, and I don't care who you is, if you kind of like coming towards us. But Victor was out of control. It was a difference
Right.
between riding or having somebody disrespected and the point of him growing up seeing his mom be abused. Thinking that it was normal. He had a friend that do shit. Thinking that it was normal. And when you grow up like that, there's no excuse.
Right. Yeah, it's pretty intense.
But I know what it's like. I know what it's like to be in that family.
Yeah, well, thank you. I really appreciate that insight. Because that's
I have a lot of people coming at me, and I'm like, how did you even find me?
yeah, people on Facebook, they really look into try to find people.
Yeah, they have. I had to actually, like, remove him from being
Mm.
his mom, his sister. You know, they're coming after them like, you let him do this. Y'all don't know. We fought tooth and nail for him to change. But what isn't is a serial killer. And I know that morning, he was intoxicated.
Mm.
There wasn't no plan to kill her. That "I'ma set you on fire" thing that girl said, that was false.
Mm.
My will slap the shit out of anybody or choke you up his big fuck. I've seen him slap a grown man in a fight.
Mm.
Like, actually slap him the whole fight. So I know how to. And I know once he gets to that level, there's no turning back. It's like you have to hit him like a pit bull. Like when they lockjaw, it's lockjaw. You have to like knock their ass out for them to step out of a daze. But it wasn't an everyday thing. It wasn't him just being like, oh, let me just be insecure and let me just beat somebody up. Nah, it was only when he drunk that he started to get in his feelings and would be a short fuse. So, like I said, while I've watched stories and I've seen people slander my, I reached out to you because you brought facts. It was like you're unbiased, just reading facts.
Thank you. Appreciate
It
that.
wasn't really too much like how everybody else's opinion comes into it. You just dealt with what the paperwork was given, and you provided a story.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Again, there's certain information that I told you will know it's me. So I just ask that certain information you at least kind of keep, and if you're gonna put this recording out, certain things you have to cut out. I'm just tired of like seeing people like just say that he's a serial killer, that he plotted, that he been plot. Like, that's not him at all. Reading the whole MO, knowing that I just seen these people months ago, same person that I knew. And what he's not is a serial killer. He do got a short fuse, and when he drunk, he don't give a fuck.
Mm.
But at that night, he didn't plan on killing her. Because if he did, it could have been a whole different way. It wouldn't have been his MO of getting mad and getting aggressive. He wouldn't have been super intoxicated when they picked him up if he was a serial killer, if he planned on murdering her, right? A serial killer usually do shit they right mind. They're sober when they're doing these things because they know exactly how they want to do it. They plot it. Like I said, I watch things on shows and it's hard to like see them now a part of something that is national.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And to see people try to tear and depict and make up stories and well this happens and this happened and it's like no, you don't even know him or her. So for people to slander even her, I'm like, this woman is dead, yo. And when I met her, she was a nice like she was the nicest person that when I came down there that I came into contact with, that was through him. I met other people, but the way that she was, I was like, yo, you got something, nigga, don't fuck it up. Like, she really cares for you, bro. Even after the fact that all of our situations didn't happen, she still came back to make sure you was at work. Like, pay attention to these things. But again, when they were out in Galveston, they had drinks. And while at that moment, I looked at that and said, man, she let them drink again. For her birthday.
Mm-hmm.
And because of that, because you can't let him go back into something, you have to be on his ass, he slips up. That's what the fuck he did. And he slipped up, and he took it too far. And when he took it far, he panicked. And that's where you get the covering of the sheet. Him trying to put her in the trunk. But you gotta think about it, like, in your right mind, you're so intoxicated that you thought you was gonna drive somewhere and make it. He's been getting DUIs since I can't remember. To see that he pulled over and then to the high speed. Yeah, that wasn't him. That was all the drink. When I'm getting threatening messages, you let him be a monster. You let him do this. His mom was this. His mom was that. You listen, y'all don't even know him. All y'all see is this monster. All you see is what you see from the outside and the story that you're getting. But it wasn't the first time with Briana. And while we told her to leave, her heart was so big that she thought she could change him, even though we knew that he needed help. When he told me he was so angry, I was like, yo, you need to go see a therapist. Because right now you're taking it out on everybody. And all you got to do, like, yo, yeah, I get you a man. I get how you was raised. Like, I get it. Man, I was there. I was abused. I get it, bro. But go see somebody. He'll laugh like, man, I'm a man, bro. Man, don't talk to motherfuckers like that. It's weakness. It's not weak, bro. Because the weakness you're doing right now is because you're angry. And you letting your anger take over. And you blaming people, or you getting short views, or you thinking that nobody loves you, bro. We love you, but we don't love this. And we not going to accept it. And I'm like, we don't say something every time. And while you shocked that you thought I took up for her, I took up for what was right. I took up for what was right. I just wanted to reach out.
Yeah, no, thank you. I
Like I
appreciate
said, you're the
that.
person I brought the most back. Just hearing people come out the cuts like they knew, and they really don't. That's some insight for you from family, somebody who knows him. I donated to her GoFundMe anonymously. And one thing that I do ask is that if you do post, she does have a GoFundMe page.
Okay.
Post it. Post the link.
Hey, it's iCkEdMeL, and thank you guys so much for watching the video. If you guys wouldn't mind on your way out hitting like, subscribe, turning on the bell notifications. It's almost 4 in the morning now. I'm exhausted. I spent a lot of hours into this video, and so please, if you could do that, I'd appreciate that. And I'm going to submit this video for captions. I'm going to pay for a service, get the captions done, so hopefully people can hear, because I had to modify the voice. I had to make a lot of redactions. It was a lot of work. All right, so please, I'd appreciate that. Share the video if you like. Take care of yourselves. Peace.